Hello everyone. Last time we discussed the specific energy curve and type of flows, that is subcritical, supercritical and critical flows. We saw the condition for critical flow also. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about the critical slope, mild slope and steep slope. What are the slopes and what is the meaning of that slopes, that we will discuss today. So let's just rewind and go back to the previous lecture where we drew the specific energy curve. Okay, so specific energy curve is the variation of specific energy with respect to the flow depth in a channel. Okay, so the curve we got was something like this. Okay, now this curve, whatever the curve we got, actually this curve was basically representation of several depths. Okay, each point on this curve represents a depth, and for that particular depth we have a value of specific energy. Now how we get this depth? Okay, how we get this depth is we go to a channel, we fix a particular discharge. Okay, we fix a discharge and we get some depth of flow. Okay, so once we get the depth we can calculate the specific energy. Alright, now if you want to draw this curve, then what we have to do, we have to keep changing the slopes. Okay, for every value of slope you will get one value of normal depth. Alright, you have the uniform flow formula. Okay, you can apply that and get the value of depth, or you can directly do it experimentally. Okay, just change the slope of the channel in your laboratory and measure the normal depth. Okay, without calculation you can measure. Once you get the depth, you can calculate the specific energy very easily. E is what? Y plus Q square by 2G A square. Okay, Q is already known to us and Q is fixed. Alright, so we go on doing this, we are getting this specific energy curve. What we saw at one point, there is a depth for which the specific energy is minimum. Okay, and that depth is called as the critical depth, YC. Okay, now the zone above this YC, all the depth of flow above this YC, okay, these are the subcritical depth or subcritical flow depth, and depth less than YC are the supercritical flow depth. Okay, or supercritical flow I will write. Okay, so all these depths are supercritical flow depths. So you take any depth here, it will be a supercritical flow. You take any depth in this region, it will be a subcritical flow. Why? Because Froude number here will be less than 1 and Froude number in this region will be greater than 1. Okay, fine. Now you can understand that whenever all the slope values that we were getting, there was one value of slope for which we got this critical depth. Okay, that value of slope is called as a critical slope. So critical slope is what? That value of slope SB for which you get normal depth as YC. So that is your SC, critical slope. Okay, see, whenever you are keeping the slope, you choose any value of slope. Either let's say you take this slope. Okay, we don't know anything about this slope. Okay, this is SB. Our discharge is fixed. Okay, so based on the uniform flow equation, you are going to get one normal depth. Okay, you are going to get one normal depth. So this is called as the normal depth line. This line which shows the normal depth basically is called as the NDL or normal depth line. In short form I am writing here now. Okay, now see, even if you change the slope, your critical depth is not going to change. Okay, critical depth does not depend upon the slope. Critical depth YC, how we can calculate that? It will be Q square by G equal to AC cube by TC. Okay. There is no mention of what? Slope here. Okay. Let's say, for example, take an example. Actually, we will try to calculate. Okay. Suppose you are having a rectangular channel and that channel is supposed carrying a discharge of 12 meter cube per second. Okay. This is a random value, 12 meter cube per second. Random value. Okay. I want to show that slope has nothing to do with critical depth. Okay. For the calculation of critical depth. So Q is fixed in this channel and your base width is suppose 4 meter. Okay. And so what will be the critical depth YC? If this is the question, right? We need to find out YC. So how to find that YC? Apply the condition Q square by G equal to A cube by T. Here what is Q? Q is 12 square, 12. So 12 square divided by 9.81 is equal to, now what will be AC? In this case, AC will be area of flow. Area of flow is B into Y, B into YC in this case. Okay, so that will be 4 YC. Okay, so 4 YC cube upon top width here is equal to the base width. So 4. So if let's solve this, I will try to solve. Directly I will use the solve function. So 12 square upon 9.81 is equal to in bracket we have 4 unknown. Okay, YC is unknown, only one unknown, so we can directly solve this. Unknown cube upon 4. So shift solve. Okay, so we are getting YC as 0.97 meters. Okay, now once this critical depth for a given geometry and given discharge is fixed, okay, you can calculate this 0.97. Suppose so it will not change because of the slope. Okay, this critical depth will remain constant now. In this channel, critical depth will remain constant, and that is, suppose you found that out. Okay, you found that critical depth. Okay. And we did not consider the slope in it because it does not depend upon the slope. Now see, in this channel we know that your critical depth is YC, that you can calculate because you know the discharge and you know the base width. Okay, this much information is enough to calculate the critical depth. Now whenever you are changing the slopes, your critical depth was not changing, it was always constant. But what was changing? Your normal depth will change. Okay, normal depth will be different for every different value of slope. Okay, so whenever you are changing the slopes, your normal depth was changing and there came one slope. Okay, there will be one value of slope for which your normal depth became equal to critical depth, isn't it? That value of slope is called as the critical slope. Okay, so it will give you this critical depth. On this chart, the slope for which you are getting this condition, critical condition, is called as the critical slope. Okay, this is the for S, this will be your SC. Okay, so a slope for which your, now this is critical depth line, I am calling this as CDL. Okay, your normal depth is also suppose equal to critical depth, then your slope is a critical slope SC. Okay, so SB is equal to SC, and both NDL and CDL is all critical depth line, and NDL is the normal depth line. Okay, so both these lines will coincide for one value of slope. Okay, that is the critical slope. Now it is quite evident, quite obvious now. Suppose you increase the value of slope above this critical slope, what will happen? Now you got, okay, for this much slope I am getting critical depth as the normal depth. What if you increase the slope for the same discharge, same channel, what will happen? definitely it's quite obvious that your, now this is your critical depth line. See, critical depth line is same here also, yc is same. Okay, yc will not change even if you change the slope. But suppose your normal depth will go below this yc, and normal depth line will be below this critical depth line. So whatever depth you are getting will be less than the critical depth when your slope is steeper or greater than critical slope. Okay, so then you are going to get all these values on the specific energy curve. So all these values represent the slope values greater than critical slope. Okay, so all the values that you are getting here, normal depth values, were for the steep slope. Okay, so this particular slope is called as a steep slope. What is a steep slope? This was a critical slope. Okay, so for steep slope, your bed slope is greater than SC and normal depth is less than critical depth. Okay, this is your steep slope. Now intuitively you can understand, for all the values of slope, if you decrease the slope value, okay, this was your critical slope. If you decrease the slope and check how much is the normal depth, what will happen to the depth? Depth will increase. Okay, so it's quite obvious that what you are going to get, you are going to get a mild slope. Okay, so if you decrease the slope like this, your slope is now very flat. How is your slope? Flat, less than the SC, less than critical slope. So your normal depth line will remain as it is, critical depth line will remain as it is, since YC is fixed, but your normal depth will go above. Okay, you know that you decrease the slope, your depth goes up, you increase the slope, your depth goes down. Okay, so in this way you have increased the depth Yn above the YC. So all the values of slope for which you are getting Yn greater than Yc, okay, that is a mild slope. All those slope will be termed as mild slope, and mild slope will give you subcritical flow condition. So all the points on this graph above this critical line are actually SB less than SC, that is the mild slope values. Okay, so for all the mild slope, you are going to get depths above the critical depth. Okay, so you are going to get points in this region. Okay, so this is your NDL, this is your mild slope. Very important to remember and very important concept. We have to think about it, that critical depth, I will repeat it again, critical depth you can simply calculate by knowing the discharge and geometry. It has nothing to do with the slope. Okay, and once you fix the critical depth of a channel, you can go on changing the slope, then you will go on getting different values of flow depth. Those will be normal depth, and those values can be either greater than critical depth, less than critical depth, or equal to critical depth. Okay, and based on those values we can categorize the slopes as critical slope, steep slope, or mild slope. SB less than SC and Yn will be greater than YC. Okay, so these are the three type of slopes. Okay, fine, thank you.